No, Happy Sunday, guys. We are walking out to check to see if the cows need water, and hopefully we don't slip and fall. It rained pretty hard overnight, and everything is very, very muddy. Yay, mud.
Are you eating a fence?
No, she's probably just chewing under it. So we'll go see what the cows are up to. Hopefully they don't need water, because I really don't feel like driving out here in all this mud.
Weird. Sorry.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna slip and fall. Let me get out. I don't know how many times I've slipped in mud and face planted. What was it, in a pig pen I slipped and fell that one time? We had the pigs out in the at the border of the woods, and the mud was really, really deep there because it had done nothing but rain all winter, and it was really gross. They need water. They need water. Look at them.
Catch you at the right time, maybe I'll flip and fall.
Happy as they can be. Well, I guess we'll go fill up the tank. So I said yesterday about wanting to do like what animal species we have that we have like a breeding program for, and why we've chosen what we've chosen. So today we're going to start with the goats, and we'll do that while we fill up the water tank. I'd love to say that we started out with a plan for the goats, but we didn't. We didn't. We just were like, goats! I think that's how every person who's getting into animals for the first time kind of does. No, I won't say everybody. Some people are real thoughtful and they plan things out. Not us.
We just found Dad and we were like,
yeah, not us. So I'll tell you about our journey with goats, like where we started, and not yet. We'll feed them the second round of food down here. I have another bucket. So hold on. Okay, so first, I'm sitting outside of Danny's pen here. So I'll give you a really brief intro of how we got into goats. So the first goats that we got from an auction. This was quite a few years ago now. We got 2 wethers just for pets, and they were, one was a seine and the other was a boar. And we got them just as pets and just for no rhyme or reason. And they have both since passed on. We have learned so much. The one ended up with meningeal worm, which is a really big problem up here. And the other one, we really don't know, but I suspect it was kidney stone issues. Although he was out on pasture and wasn't getting any grain, so I'm not really sure that that matches up, but the symptoms did. Hard to say why we lost that one. But in the meantime, we had gotten Persephone and Bubs. So Persephone was a boar Nigerian dwarf cross, and Bubs we still have over here. He was our he's our La Mancha Nigerian dwarf cross, so he's a mini La Mancha. He doesn't really look too mini, he's quite large, but we still have him. He's our breeding buck. And we got Persephone. They were from a small breeder, and we picked them up at like an animal swap at Tractor Supply. And we got them because they were super cute, and Jeff and Caleb actually went halfers and bought them. Yeah, they were adorable when they were just little like that. And they ended up being a great pair. We had one set of twins out of, we called her Stephanie, but Persephone, we had one set of twins out of her. The second time she kidded, we had a beautiful set of twins, and we ended up losing her, and it was because she had a tear in her uterine lining, we suspect, and she had a difficult time laboring, and we ultimately lost one of the twins within a couple days as well. The remaining twin was Plutus. And we kept Plutus. We were going to use him as a breeding buck, Yeah, he was Bubs' son, but we were going to keep him anyways because Bubs is not the most friendly buck.
He looks cute and all.
Oh, yeah, he's adorable.
Cute.
But he's a bit of a jerk, so we were going to, you know, the goal was maybe just to get rid of Bubs and keep Plutus in his stead. There is a video back earlier in the year where I discussed what happened with Plutus. Plutus ended up with a ruptured...
Kidney stone.
No, it was a bladder. Yeah, ruptured bladder. When you get into goats, you may think that goats are super hardy because you were taught that from cartoons where you see they eat cans and they're super hardy.
You thought wrong.
You thought wrong. Goats are one of these types of animals that will just drop over dead and they'll give you no warning. So I'm going to tell you that on the forefront. If you're thinking about getting into goats, make sure that you do a lot of research and you have a vet already ahead of time, because currently, at least in our area, and I've heard about this other places as well, large animal vets, which is what you're going to need when you have goats, they're so pressed. They have so many clients right now that they're not taking new clients. So you get a sick goat and you don't have a vet, they're like, sorry, find somebody else. We're too busy. Fortunately, we do have a really good vet. Well, I say very good. They were the one time we did lose another goat, Tiny, because the vet, she contracted the M worm, and I called the vet for days in a row. I was treating her, actually got her up, and then the vet didn't get back to me with the refill on the one med that I needed, and we ultimately ended up losing her as well. I digress. Sounds like all we do is kill goats around here, which is not the same. It's not the case, but we do have a lot of, you know, everybody has problems with goats from time to time, and we've just, yeah, this one behind us. I'll get to her in a minute. Well, we were talking about Plutus. We lost Plutus. Plutus is actually the father of Solstice. So Plutus, before we lost Plutus, he did breed Bridget. I'll get to her lineage here in a minute, and we got Solstice. So that was a beautiful thing, and it was flawless. You know, I come down, I said, Harley, I think Bridget's in labor. Let's go back down to the barn. We went back down to the barn 5 minutes later, and there was Solstice laying on the ground. And the funny thing about that is I had a dream that we were going to have I had it as a Billy, a baby black Billy. And it turned out, I came down. No, I wasn't completely wrong. And I see this little black baby sitting there, and I'm like, oh my God, it's got to be a Billy. Turned out, I was lucky. It was a doeling, so
I think
that was nice.
Checked.
Yeah, we did. But in the meantime, we had gotten this one back here, Danny. Danielle.
Very wide.
Danielle.
Danny.
She's busy eating. Now, we don't know exactly what Danny is, though we suspect that Danny is either Alpine and Nige.
Mini Alpine.
Or Nubian and Nige. She's definitely half Nigerian dwarf because she's quite petite. I really think she's half Alpine.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
They have that much milk, usually.
She's good for a pint a day, usually. After she's done weaning and she's settled into her lactation, she's good for a pint a day. So it's not like a huge amount of milk, but the quality is very, very good. And she is probably the first, well, we did milk Persephone as well, but this goat is the one that really got us into dairy goats. When we first bought her, she was probably, I'm going to say 6 to 9 months old. We got her in an auction, of course, and she was terrified of people. And so we got her, she came around, and she's turned out to be an absolute legend. She gives us, her babies are stamped every single time.
Every time.
She gives us cream, tan, and chocolate brown. Every time. That's what colors.
Usually all bucklings.
Yeah, and no markings. Just cream, tan, and chocolate. That's all she gives us. They're beautiful babies. And they have great personalities. And Bridget was the first doe that we kept off of her because she was the first doe we've ever had off of her. And Bridget is a good milker. She went through her first lactation. We have since dried her off. At her highest, she was giving us almost half a gallon a day, which is insane. But then she waned down and down and down. And I think that's largely because she had a single doeling Usually if you get singles or doelings, they don't produce as much milk because they don't eat as much as if you had twin bucklings or something like that. So we'll see what she does the next time around.
She was also a first time.
Yeah, that's why I said she was a first time freshener. So we'll see what happens with that. So again, you can see we really had no rhyme or reason when we were purchasing the first round of goats. We just wanted goats. We wanted dairy goats. We knew we didn't want meat goats. We go to the auction house all the time. They're cute. They're inexpensive. They're easy for us to quarantine because we have multiple stalls. So that's just how it worked out. Now we have our lovely neighbor down the road who he's given us goats over the years. And one of our breeding does that we're using is Tiny. Oh, no, not Tiny. Oh, rest in peace, Tiny. That was Tiny's sister, Freya. Freya, and she's beautiful. We'll take you over there and show you her. She's expecting her first. She's a Nubian, but she's, again, we didn't choose her. She kind of chose us. So yeah, let's go over here and we'll see her, and then we'll discuss our next buck choice. Okay, so here is Freya. Freya is tan with white spots, and she's our Nubian. She's expecting for the first time, so we're kind of excited about that. We're hoping for some cute doelings. She's bred to Bubs, who is the mini La Mancha, so that should, if we had some doelings, we would have potential to have some really nice...
Potential. We'll probably get brown.
No, some really nice milkers in the future.
Either way.
Nubians are known for having a nice butterfat content and good quantity. La Manchas have a great butterfat content, and what they're really known for, they are heavy milkers, so they do milk a lot, but what La Manchas are really known for is milking for long term. So it wouldn't be surprising to get 2 or 3 years out of a single lactation out of a doe with a La Mancha. They're just known to go for a really long time. I think the record was something like 4 years.
I think it was like 2 years.
No? On average is 2 years with La Manchas. I think they did like 4 years out of one breeding, which is insane. Usually you're gonna milk for 9 months or so, 9 months or so, and then you dry them up so that you can, you know, let them go through pregnancy, and then you start again. So yeah, 4 years. That's wild. Cows don't even do 4 years. So that's what La Manchas are known for. Which brings me to our next buddy over here, and this is why we purchased him. At this point, I'm finally sure that I know what I like, and so that's why we got Loki here. Loki is he is a La Mancha buck, aren't you? Yes, you are. And he is the cutest boy ever. We just absolutely love him. He's got the best personality, and he's just darling. And yeah, and he is a full-blooded La Mancha. I just love him. He is so fat, and all he gets now, and being as how we had problems with the kidneys in our male goats before, what you want to do is make sure that you don't give them any grain. And you might feel compelled to, because you might think, oh, they need it. Look how fat he is. He does not need the grain. So we just make sure that we give them minerals and lots of hay, and they be happy boys. Yeah, they do. They might say they're not happy because they want treats. And we give them treats, but we don't give them grain, do we? No. Oh, he's just the friendliest thing.
Oh, he's just the friendliest.
He's the friendliest boy. He was rubbing on me, that's all. He had itches.
He likes to be right in the middle of his horn.
Yeah. And we're also hoping, because he's a black and white and he's got some nice markings, he's got the Swiss markings on his face, we're hoping that we get some good colors. Maybe. So he will breed Brigid and Solstice mid to end of January. Then we'll put them in. Hopefully he'll be ready, which shouldn't be a problem, because Billy goats are born to do one job, and they do it well, and they do it early. So although he really hasn't shown too many bucky traits yet, but I think once you put a doe that's in heat in with him at this point, he would be like, oh, I know what I'm doing. Huh? Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I know. You want to eat that? You can't eat that. He's so cute. So anyways, I hope this gives you some insight as to why we chose what goats we chose. At first it was just because we loved goats, and now it's become our goal, we don't have registered goat breeding stock. We have good goats. We're breeding a disease-resistant herd, and we're breeding for certain characteristics, like a good amount of milk, a good amount of butter fat, and longevity of milking. So that's why we're crossing the way that we are. So we do have a game plan at this point moving forward. It's not just about, oh, these ones are really cute. It is about creating a great homestead goat. These guys are disease tested as well, so they're Solstice. She's getting so big, aren't you? Oh, getting so big you got hay all over your face. You know, we have them tested, we're disease free, and so we keep, you know, a closed herd. If we do bring somebody in, we quarantine them, get them checked, make sure that they're healthy. Yeah, but we're breeding for good demeanors, good milk quality, and longevity of milking. So when we breed for a goat, those are the things that we're hoping for. We do sell some of our goats. We usually retain doelings if we have them, so that we can build on our breeding stock. But we sell, words are hard. We sell bucklings, and we can weather them as well. We are expecting out of Freya and Danny in January, and then we will breed Solstice and Bridget in January for May, June kids. And yeah, so we're pretty excited about that. So I hope that tells you a little bit about our goat program. I hope you enjoyed this video. Tomorrow we'll choose another species of animals on the farm and we'll go from there. I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you again real soon. Bye.